Warren Gatland's big homecoming, guys. Thought he'd have a bigger impact, or?
Well, Andy Rowe, what did I say to you about Ireland? What was the one word that I used that you could kind of put together with a line in the middle? What was the one word I used about Ireland?
Unplayable.
That's the one. Goody, that's the one. Andy Rowe didn't get it, but Goody did because he's my partner in crime. Unplayable. I mean, I watched that and it was absolute carnage. I mean, Warren Gatland's press conference at the end, someone said to him, "What happened?" And he laughed. They were ridiculous, Ireland, in that first half. In that first 20 minutes, they were. I know Wales there was errors, there was some penalties and accuracy or whatever. Ireland were unplayable. The physicality, their ability, right, even off kickoff. Like Finlay Bealham, your holiday mate, he's getting the ball in the 22, like 22 metres from his own try line, and he's trying to break the line. Like for me, it was grenade. Set the ball up and kick the ball as far as you can. Their carrying ability and their speed, their acceleration into contact, their footwork before, their physicality around the breakdown, they're unplayable at the minute.
Yeah, and it's the detail, like Jim says, the detail around the carries, the clear outs, how quick the ball comes back. It's not fluke at all, is it? You know, you see the little step before contact that gets a weak shoulder. Then you see someone pile driving into the ruck legally. You know, they're not committing massive numbers to the breakdown because they don't have to, because it's so quick, because they're winning that collision. And that's just a constant flow. So defences don't have time to set and don't have time to muscle up and bar up and try and win the collision. So it becomes a constant. And they just all look so comfy in their own skin and like ball in hand, and whoever's there. A lot of the time I'm thinking, just let the backs have a go. They don't need to, because they're just prodding and probing and winning the collision and winning the James Ryan, how good's he? Like, you can name loads of them. Kayla Meal-Doris, ridiculous. Josh van der Fleer, ridiculous. But James Ryan as well stood out for me. They had a load of issues pre-match, didn't they, with a few boys pulling out and various different bits and bobs. But it's like, who cares? They can just do it. Whoever's in the squad, they play to a pattern that is damn hard to stop. And the Warren Gatland factor, you expected that first 20 minutes to be loads of emotion and a big pick-me-up. But when you're 14-0 down after about 3 minutes, it's fucking long day at the office against the best team in the world, isn't it?
And there weren't much in it. Like, actually, when I went back and looked at the game, you think about, all right, that massive start by Ireland, but they weren't far away. Like a pick and go Jack Morgan, the tackle by Andrew Porter on the line is nothing short of world class. Like, I don't know who makes that tackle. Jack Morgan, we spoke about him last week. Like, we earmarked him as one of the players to watch. Like, any other game, he scores that try. The pass that Bigger threw, the intercept to James Lowe. Like, who saw James Lowe come in? I think any other team, you probably find an edge there. But it's just Ireland. They're that good at the minute. Like, they are that good that it's just everything's just clicking. And then one other thing that stood out as well, and Gatland didn't call this out after, I thought that yellow card to Liam Williams was ridiculously harsh.
Really?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I don't know what he's meant to do.
Shoulder to head, he's upright.
It happened in a split second. Sexton come out of nowhere. But that was the game changer. Not that they were going to win, but that was the nail in the coffin.
It's 100% yellow card. 100%. Okay. I actually sat there and thought that could be red.
Oh, Andrew, look at us. Mate, you're arguing with me because you got hammered at the weekend. That's why.
Well, it wasn't hammered, was it? We lost again.
It was. All over the place.
Wales should be encouraged by the fact they had chances, didn't they?
Yeah, they created a fair bit. That second half, way more competitive. And they did create chances. But again, you could see Wales, if they can create the chances that they had and put things on a Scottish team, you could see them competing. But you got to remember, you're playing Ireland. Like little moments like Jack Morgan getting held up by Andrew Porter, bigger swings against a lesser team, they'll go on and score tries. And you're playing the very, very best in the world. So they'll be encouraged by certain aspects. The big thing was their discipline, their errors in that first sort of 20 minutes that just set the tone for the game. And then you're chasing your tail against Ireland. You are going to get opportunities. I think they'll be focused on their start against Scotland. But like they said, it's the start of Warren Gatland's journey again. There's a lot of negativity around in Wales at the minute. From the WRU, from Delilah, from all the stuff that's gone on and the performances in November. We all got excited, but let's not forget that They've played the best team in the world. Yeah, it will take time for Gats to make changes and bed things in. But also, and I saw a stat, were 9 of the starting 15 players that won the Grand Slam back in whenever it was under Gats, which meant that he's still going for the older generation, and there isn't that influx of youngsters. They'll be better for it. Alan Jones, Jim, why are you being horrible?
I thought Joe Hawkins at 12
Yeah,
looked very good, hitting the line. Yeah, he was good. The partnership with North worked. Rio Dyer looked good. Liam Williams weren't meant to play. I know they were shifting around, but I think you're right, Goody. It's one of them where is the evolution? Is it a short-term fix for Gats? Don't know. We'll find out, won't we? If they beat Scotland again. Which
well, imagine.
Will.
Will he make sweeping changes this week, do you think? Or does he send the same team up to Edinburgh to put things right?
Well, Wyn Jones is out, isn't he? Alan Wyn Jones is out with concussion. He's failed his HIA, so he's definitely out. I don't think they do.
I don't think how many changes can they make effectively.
Well, the thing is, you've got one of your best players in Tommy Raffel on the bench and one of your best players at 7 in Tipperick. I don't know. I could potentially see, this is a big shout, I could see Jack Morgan going to 8 and Raffel and Tipperick playing in the back row.
No Faletau.
No Faletau.
The other one I heard, and people are calling for, is to drop Dan Bigger.
I thought Biggs played well. I thought he made a few mistakes, but I thought he played really well in some parts.
I love Dan Bigger.
I'm not just saying that because we love him. Like, is it the up and under, some of the passes that he was fizzing? I know maybe it was the intercept pass, but I thought he played well. Genuinely, I'm not just saying that. Like, if not him, then who? They got Owen Williams, who's been carving up at Ospreys. He was on loan, wasn't he? I think from Worcester because they folded. He was at Gloucester for a bit. He was at Leicester for a bit.
You've got to go bigger.
You've got to go bigger. Come on.
Here, I think what he'll do, and I think Steve Borthwick could do the same thing, is you can't just all of a sudden change 8 or 9 bodies just because you want to see people play or look for that miracle combination. You need some stability and belief and familiarity around what you're doing. So I can't see him making many changes. There might be the odd one. Jim's one will be quite interesting whether Raffel comes in, but it's a big thing for him to drop Faletau. That would create waves in Wales, won't it?
But Warren Gatland makes big decisions, as we know.
Mate, Warren G ain't scared.
Yeah, regulate.
Pod. Rugby pod.